Greetings, Whiskey Wingnuts. Welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm Mark, your host, and this is Whiskey Review number 97. Today we're going to be looking at, well, supposedly Scotland's smallest distillery, although I think that is up in the air now, and this is Edradour. Edradour is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. It's a Highland distillery. We've seen that one before here on Whiskey Whistle in the form of Balakin, the 8th release, which was, I would say, I don't know, about 10 to 20 episodes ago. So you can find that if you back up a little bit, scroll down on the list, and I'll put a link at the end of this review for that one. That's a highly peated version of Edradour. Anyway, this is the original. This is the real McCoy in terms of the most basic standard Edradour available. It's highly available. You can get it here in Winnipeg, where I'm currently summering. That's available at the liquor marts, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. They may be discontinuing it. I noticed it put in the bin end section in one of the stores, so they've still probably got a fair bit of stock, and it's definitely a different whiskey, a little bit different than the norm. It's a little more expensive than the other 10-year-olds out there, hopefully for a good reason. Well, one reason is that it's a small scale, so they don't have the supposed, I guess, what do you call it, economies of scale. They don't get to capitalize on bigger volume and lower shipping costs and all that kind of thing. So anyway, so Edradour 10-year-old, this is 40% ABV, and it is natural color, and it's got quite a dark shade. In fact, that is just about a copper color, and it says it here on the can, and it says it on the bottle that it's natural color. Okay. Anyway, so let's get that poured. Real tight cork in that one, which is nice, in fact, and top quality as well. I think this is the kind of cork that you can expect to keep your whiskey for a long, long time. So we'll get that poured. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit healthier today than that. There we go. A good 40-something milliliters. Now, I'm not sure when this was released. I'm sure some of you would know, but this was probably released at the tail end or at the very beginning of when things started to move towards really showcasing that the whiskey is non-chill filtered and this, that, and the other. So probably when they do a repackaging, you'll see the Edradour 10-year-old get probably an up strength shift up to 46 or higher, perhaps, and then also showcasing that it is unchill filtered. Now, a lot of the Edradour range are unchill filtered. They have a range called Straight from the Cask. Straight from the Cask, yeah, that's what it's called. And I had the fortune of trying one of those last night, in fact, at the Toad in the Hole at the Whiskey Bar, it's called, as the head barman there, Sam, told me. So the name of the Whiskey Bar, I mean. And very interesting one. This was the Edradour Straight from the Cask Chateauneuf de Pape, it's called. And I've got a little tiny video, a little bit dark though, so that'll come out as well. And I went there with a very, very good old friend of mine named Rory Wright. So that was nice to meet up with him here in Winnipeg, talk about the past, about cycling. That's how we met, racing bicycles. To talk about our love of whiskeys. We both share that in common as well. Our families and work and all that kind of stuff. We had a good time. Very nice. If you're in Winnipeg and you want to go to a nice whiskey bar, that is definitely one place to go. The Toad in the Hole on Osborne Street. I don't know the address, but it's right near the corner of Osborne and River, so you can't miss it. Okay, well, I'm sure that's had enough time to open up. Okay, so we'll get into the nosing and the tasting and talk about the scoring after that. Okay, before we do that, we will have a very short advertisement right here. Welcome back. Edradour 10-year-old. Let's get on to the nose. And as I mentioned, it's natural color. And I don't know if you can really see that. We're in a bit of the, just heading towards sunset here in Winnipeg. It's about 8:40, I think, 8:40 p.m. on Friday, the 12th of July, August. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's that it's been airing or because I'm outside. It's really a lot of sherry coming. Big sherry hit coming on the nose here. And interestingly, I find it to be a very strawberry-esque kind of a scent, I should say, because we're smelling, we're not tasting yet. I wrote here that, first of all, that it's elegant. And I believe there is not a soul alive who likes whiskey who would smell this and push it away. It has a very alluring scent. There is nothing but sweet, floral, fruity, just all of the good things that you want from a nose in a sherried whiskey. Okay, and other things here, I wrote fruity, I wrote nutty, vanilla, cream fruit liqueur, and sliced strawberries. And I say sliced because not quite the fresh, but you know how when you slice strawberries and you leave them out for, let's say, 20 minutes, half an hour, it gets sweeter, doesn't it? And also room temperature, not chilled. So room temperature sliced strawberries. I know that's very specific, but I'm just trying to tell you what it seems like, that that sherried scent. Maybe even a bit of a strawberry jam as well. And I wonder if, you know, on the box here, on the canister, it talks about Oloroso. So if Oloroso casking has been at play here, which I'm sure it has, does the Oloroso give a strawberry-esque scent and flavor? I wonder. Anyway, really enjoyable. Let's get on to the palate. Cheers, everybody, and well, to the fine folk at Edradour. Good work with this one. Hopefully we'll see a new version, updated, maybe at just slightly higher strength, I would hope. That'd be my wish. Let's give it a go. Now, before I talk about that, I'm going to give it one more little go. And I'm going to cut out here for a moment. Please excuse me. Okay, sorry about the cut. Let's try that one more time. The palate of Edradour 10-year-old. Now, it's got a very, very good cask, very good wood management that's happened in the process of making this whiskey. But what I write here is that it's soft. It's a little bit too soft. It's extremely approachable. And again, I think that I don't think there's a whiskey lover alive who would try this and push it away. I write here 0% harshness. I also write almost no sourness or bitterness. And then again, sweet strawberry, maybe from the Oloroso. vanilla and caramel are also coming into play. Now, having said that, maybe because it's nighttime that I'm outside, I'm not sure, but there is a little bit of the tannic, slightly dry finish towards the end of the palate and into the finish. So the finish now, I'm getting some dryness, but also it's a very sweet, fruity, soft departure for this whiskey. Okay, so we're going to put in a little bit of water, not too much because it's only 40%, and I think it doesn't need too much. So I'm going to put in a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon. Okay, and we'll let that mix and meld. Well, so there's a bit of a debate, and I wonder if any of you can help with that. According to some, when you are when you're getting ready to smell the whiskey, or if you're putting in a bit of water and you want to get it to mix a little bit, we should go very slowly, some say, while others say it's okay to agitate a little bit. So if you can shed some light on that, that would be great. And we'll see what the consensus is. Anyway, okay, so let's get on to the nose with water for Edradour 10-year-old, okay? And before that, there will be a very short word from our sponsors right here. Okay, welcome back. Edradour 10-year-old with water now. So a lot more sherry is really noticeable here now. And then a heightened strawberry and sweetness also. So with water, you get a little more of, I think, what is the strengths of this this whiskey's nose. And you know, when I say it's sherried, it's not overly so. It's not like some of the big brands that are known as sherry monsters. But anyway, it's sherried nonetheless. Okay, let's get on to the palate with water. It's buttery smooth. Strawberries up just right through there, from the beginning to the end. I think this would be very, very interesting if you paired it with, say, cream puffs. I don't forget what they're called in French, but you know, the baked puffs that you open up and put in a little bit of whipped cream or clotted cream. Would be very nice. Okay, how about the finish with water? Again, some dry, oaky vanilla, bit of caramel, and then again, still that wonderful strawberry, sherried kind of sweet goodbye that it gives you. Very nice. Okay, even the flies are attracted to the Edradour. Interesting. Okay, I wrote that the with water that the palate was a little bit better balanced, and that you got a little bit more of the strawberry and sherry flavors coming through. So I thought that was really nice. And also the nose is a little bit enhanced with water. Finish is roughly about the same, I would say, maybe a little bit more oaky, if anything. Okay, well, let's get on to the scoring then, okay? So, what kind of a score is Edradour 10-year-old, the distillery edition as it's called? What is it going to get as a score from WhiskyWhistle? Well, the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Edradour 10-year-old, the distillery edition, will be 84 out of 100. 84 out of 100, that's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score. That's a mouthful. WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Edradour 10-year-old. Okay, and I wrote here, it's ultra smooth with sweet strawberry vanilla flavors. And, well, I think that if you like a sweet whiskey, if you like something that's easy drinking, and that's a little bit different from the big distilleries, and something new to try, this would be a great place to start. And I think once you open the door to Edradour, you will start to look into the other more, let's call it, exclusive whiskeys that they make, both in the form of straight from the cask and also the Balakin range, the peated range. Okay. Anyway, so I wouldn't call this a sherry monster. Let's call it a strawberry monster. Okay. All right. So that's it for Edradour 10-year-old. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll tune in next time, especially as we move towards 100 whiskey reviews here on the channel. And for the 330 odd subscribers who have joined on, thank you so much for tuning in and your continued support. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe. You can do so. Just click right down there in the corner, okay? And don't forget to like the video and maybe leave a comment. That would be a big help and also a nice way to interact. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for whiskey review number 98 very soon. Goodbye.